Hello, everybody. This is Drew Thomas here. Now, this isn't going to be a traditional 1 hour stream. No, instead, I'm going to be talking about the new Six Flags shows they've got coming up. Anyway, when I was a kid, I would mostly go to Six Flags just for the atmosphere and, well, also for riding some of my favorite rides. But as I got older, I got into roller coasters. However, around that time, this was during an age where there wasn't a lot of shows at Six Flags St. Louis. I mean, part of the reason that Six Flags St. Louis was a fun place to go was, well, you know, the many games and rides you can play and ride, and well, the many delicious food they've got, and to watch amazing shows. And I'm definitely looking forward to these Six Flags shows. Obviously, the Drew Thomas passenger car is once again in danger of being robbed by Hops and Hootenanny, the two notorious train robbers of Six Flags. Not to be confused with Alfie and Ralphie, because Alfie and Ralphie are are actually are actually better robbers. Hops and Hootenanny can hardly get there before the conductor catches them. However, what they've got that Alfie and Ralphie don't have is, well, ammunition. That's right. They've got dynamite, except unfortunately it's not usable. It is usable, but unfortunately, Hootenanny put it in the shack instead of on the bridge because the idea was that they were trying to blow up the bridge. Unfortunately, they ended up blowing up the inside of the shack that they're in. But don't worry, we'll make sure the Drew Thomas passenger car will be protected, and so will all your belongings. We can assure you that these train robbers in serious will not be causing serious trouble to us. Besides, we got security on our side. Well, for the most part. Sure, we had that beef with my hat back then in October. It wasn't even my hat, it was just the fact that I looked almost like an employee. So that's why they were refusing service, because I looked like an employee a little bit. That's why I'm just going to wear the shirt, the hat, the whistle, and that's it. Of course, I'm not going to just blow the whistle at everyone like I do, which I don't actually do that. But well, if the whistle becomes a problem, then I'm guessing I'm just going to stop coming to Six Flags for Fright Fest. But anyway, as for the other shows, instead of just two shows of kitties, they got three now. So I reckon they'll probably have a rotation. They'll first do Miss Kitty's Cabaret, and there's three shows. I'm gonna go to the Six Flags app and I'll actually website and I'll tell you about these shows. Actually, no. Specify don't, because they'll boot me off the stream. Anyway, I did see that they're gonna be doing a show about favorites from movies. Are they gonna mostly do musicals? I reckon they will probably do Grease. They'll probably do a few Disney songs, because I mean, yeah, Disney's like the king of movie studios. Or queen. King and queen in a way. But yeah, Disney, they're probably gonna do a couple Disney songs, like maybe some from like the Renaissance movies, not anything like Try Everything from Zootopia. But anyway, this show was supposed to go on in the studio backlots, but they didn't specify where. It's I don't know if it's gonna be at the Empire Theater or it's gonna be, you know. I did not know that. Is this for the UK or the US? Because if it's for the US, then well, that means Martin Sherman and Joseph May are the voices. But if it's the UK, it's John Hassler and Ben Small. Which John Hassler and Ben Small are the UK actors, obviously, and yeah. Anyway, sorry about that. My dog kept barking. Anyway, okay, so it's the US. What's going on with dogs? Huh, how about that? Anyway, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing these shows. Obviously, I won't be showing. Obviously, I won't be going in theaters filming these shows because I mean, I want to follow the rules. I know there's going to be I know it's going to be a Route 66 theme show where they're going to be doing 50s through 80s songs. So they're probably going to start with the 50s with like old classics like I don't know the kind of stuff that you hear in the 50s like soft rock, jazz. 60s, they'll probably do a couple psychedelic rock songs, something like that. 70s, they'll probably do favorites like Michael Jackson, Bee Gees, and Blondie, or whatever. Hopefully Madonna, although, yeah. And then they're going to do some 80s ones, like probably some Huey Lewis, like probably do Power of Love from Back to the Future. They might also have that in the movie show. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that show. There's also going to be pop fest, a pop show where they're going to be doing 90s and 2000s songs, which that's definitely going to give a Six Flags vibe. I hope they do the Venga Boys song, that being We Like to Party, because that's the Six Flags theme song. Like, that's been used ever since they introduced Mr. Six. In fact, I'm pretty sure the Venga Boys themselves label it as the Six Flags song too. Because I mean, they obviously offered to let them play the song. But yeah, I've only heard two songs by the Venga Boys, that being We Like to Party and Boom 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 Boom. Our Bang Bang by the Chips is not a Venga Boys song, that is a Chips song. It, it's pretty much the song heard on the train bubble machine that looks like an E2, which it used to be a Thomas bubble machine, but well, yeah. I'm guessing Hit told them to stop, and so they still use the E2 basis, but they just recolored it. It's no longer blue and has a face. But anyway, that's besides the point. Um, I'm really looking forward to all the shows they've got this summer. They're gonna start these shows in June 13th, and then they're gonna be carrying these shows on until August. And then in August is when they start the transition from, regular operations to Fright Fest. And then in September, usually the second weekend, that's when they start Fright Fest. But yeah, I find it strange how a Baby Shark fan has subscribed to my channel when I literally did a whole video bashing it. Oh well. Oh no. I'm definitely looking forward to these Six Flags shows. I mean, it's a pity they're not going to be there for opening day, but yeah. Well, I'm glad you're a fan of it, but well, I'm not a huge fan of it, so yeah. Yes, we've already established that you're a Baby Shark fan. Anyway, back to business. Okay, we're gonna put you in timeout. Well, folks, how about that? A Baby Shark fan caused trouble. Oh well, at least I got that situation under control. But anyway, so I'm definitely looking forward to seeing these shows. Maybe some of these times when I'm on the train, I might be able to see the shows from the train. Although the one of the shows is supposed to be in the Palace Theater. Oh yeah, obviously they're gonna have the return of the costume character appearances of the Looney Tunes. I'll tell you what they haven't done in a while. They haven't done appearances of Looney Tune characters where actual human beings dress up as the Justice League members, which I know they've done that for Justice League's opening day. But boy, would they be disappointed to see how the ride is nowadays. But yeah, I mean, once upon a time, they also had Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, but, well, ever since they shut down Scooby-Doo Ghost Blasters, they've just disappeared. You can still see Scooby-Doo clips on the TVs, but other than that, nothing else Scooby-Doo. No costume characters, no rides. I'm pretty sure all Scooby-Doos at Six Flags parks were transformed into Justice League. Although Six Flags St. Louis was the only one to be a boat ride. Anyway, I think I'm going to hopefully bring on some guests and hopefully they'll join. Actually, I'm going to bring on guests. I'd rather not have the stream being taken over. Because that was not meant to happen. Like, that was definitely not meant to happen. I accidentally booted myself off the stream. I accidentally hit the back button. Yeah, folks, don't hit the back button whenever you're doing a stream. Because then it's just gonna kick you off the stream. Anyway, the last time I've been to Six Flags while they're still doing shows was back in 2013. I remember they were doing a few shows that day. Some of the shows had the Looney Tune characters, but well, yeah. That's what I'm wondering. When are they going to do actual shows with the Looney Tune characters with the voices of the Looney Tunes? Because the only thing we've got now is Spooky Mookie Mayhem for Kids Boo Fest, but well, the characters don't talk. You don't hear dialogue from the characters. It's just, they're there and they don't have voices. But yeah. I'm guessing it's because budget cuts and stuff. They would have to pay Warner Brothers too, But yeah. I remember when Scooby-Doo and Shaggy were at the park, but well, yeah. Obviously, because Ghost Blasters is gone, we're not going to be seeing them again anytime soon. The only thing we're going to be seeing now is Looney Tunes, which, yeah, obviously, which last year really done a variety of characters, like not just Porky Pig mostly. I thought they looked good. You've asked me like 3 times, and I guess you haven't seen my response, so I'm just going to tell you now, I thought they looked good. Anyway, I like how last year, like, in one day, I saw Bugs Bunny, Tweety Bird, Daffy Duck, and many other characters, like, on that same day. Like, I feel like Six Flags is actually doing good with entertainment. Hopefully this means they'll start doing concerts again. Yeah, remember when they did concerts at Old Glory Amphitheater? That spot's remained dormant for a long time. I remember actually seeing a show at Old Glory Amphitheater. It was a concert with Matthew West and Bill and 429, which are Christian artists. Which I obviously we didn't actually sit in the bleachers. We sat on the grass, but still. I remember they had like a Mike and Ike event there too, so they gave out free Mike and Ikes. I do sometimes see this Coke sample truck. I know I saw it last year. I believe it was like orange creamsicle I tried. It was pretty good. Yeah, sometimes I have like a Coca-Cola free sample truck in the park, and so I go up and I try a sample. And I do enjoy trying the free samples. Most of the time I do solo visits, but I'm going to try to do more visits with Layla. Hence why I put her in the opening credits of the vlog. Because, yeah. They actually had a Wiggles Land at Six Flags, actually. Not at Six Flags St. Louis, though. Six Flags St. Louis didn't have a Thomastown Wiggles Land. It just had The only other non-Warner Brothers themed stuff they've had was Evel Knievel and Tony Hawk. But that soon expired, and now the rides were renamed, where Evel Knievel is now called American Thunder, and Tony Hawk is now called Pandemonium. And the Wiggles attraction has gone to they actually used the Wiggles characters for this Six Flags barbershop called Coaster Cuts, where they bring the magic of Six Flags in the style of a barbershop. They have costume characters. I think they have it to where you can watch coaster POVs while you're getting your haircut. They pretty much give it like a Six Flags feeling. I've seen a couple commercials of Coaster Cuts, but yeah. Anyway, I'm really excited to be seeing more Six Flags shows going on again, because I mean, that's part of the reason why Six Flags was a lot of fun back during the Mid-America days, because they would have shows going on a whole lot. Yeah. I wish I could go to Thomastown, but yeah. I obviously I didn't live I didn't live close to a Six Flags park that had Thomas, so yeah. Um, I'm sorry, I just heard my brother just make a noise. It was just funny. Anyway, I also retried the Warheads fizzy candy, and they're actually pretty good. Just don't bite it too early. Just let it fizz in your mouth. Just it's not too bad if it's not too bad if you don't bite it straight away. Like obviously I don't bite it as soon as I pop it in my mouth. I pretty much suck it. This is not helping my case, is it? Now people are gonna start bringing up the whole, thing I said on the live stream, which yeah, last last yesterday's live stream, yeah. Since I'm planning on making what? I guess we'll find out soon in the next comment. Anyway, I am gonna do more vlogs at Six Flags. I'm hoping to do more visits. I really want to do more visits, like especially since I'm wanted to do a I wanted to do a few Holiday Inn stays. I might see if my friends will do weekday visits, like where we visit on weekdays instead of just visiting on weekends, because last year we didn't really do many weekday visits. Yeah, I know Tweetsy has a Day Out with Thomas event. Yeah. Don't do that, please. Like, do not do that. Your comment has been deleted. Like, we're trying to stay on topic, so please do not do that. Do not do that again. Your comment has been deleted. Anyway, I have to get off here. I have to help carrying groceries, otherwise I'm going to have to help put it away. Anyway, thanks for watching the stream. So I'd say it was brief, so we'll hopefully talk more soon. But anyway, I will see you on the next stream. This is Drew Tom signing off. Good night and pickle suck.